Hey, this is Emily and Susie from Dead Sara, and you're experiencing iRockRadio.
iRockRadio, the world headquarters of rock. It is Mike Caroli from Maxwell's Tavern in Hoboken, New Jersey. Today, we are with Emily and Susie of Dead Sara. It's good to see you guys again.
You too.
Welcome to the East Coast again.
I love it. Thank you.
Seems like most of the times when you guys come out here, though, it's cold. You should come here in the summer when it's a little more like L.A.
Too hot and humid? No, thanks.
Warm is good. Humidity sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I was thinking about this on the ride down. When we met, it was 2011.
Right.
So now it's been 2 albums and many tours, and
no kidding.
So much has happened in that time. How is Dead Sara different today from 2011 when we first met?
Older.
And there's got to be more than that.
Yeah.
Prettier.
Older,
Thinner.
prettier.
None of
but
us are
how is
married
the
yet.
band different? Like, how has the band changed in that time?
Well, when we just got together, we had literally just got together. We didn't have so much experience with each other and what everybody could do to, basically what everybody can bring to the table, And I think from many years of being on the road and doing records together, you find out more about people, about doing, more harmonies and all this kind of stuff and pushing each other's, creative process a little more. And I think, looking back at it now and we listen to those songs, we go, wow, we've definitely grown, into more of a band,
First time I heard your music was a live performance, actually the sound check that day, and blew me away. The live performance, there's just something about the band. Can you define what that is about the band? Define the band's live show, if you can.
Well, I think that's the great thing about it is that you can't really define it. I don't think we want to define it, I think that's the truth, right?
Yeah.
We just want to get up there and just...
It's weird. We definitely have like a charisma or an energy or whatever when we play live, but I feel like every show that we've played live, it's always different. There's always some element that's a little bit different, and I think it's because it's whatever we're feeling in that moment and where we are in the crowd and the fans, and like all of it combined just creates something a little different every time.
Yeah.
There is an electricity about the live show, and
Yeah.
I've heard that from fans all over the place, whether it's through the internet or in person or whatever. It's about that live show, which is exciting.
I think always giving it 100% is the thing. If you just slip and just kind of just go, okay, I'm going to go up there, I'm just kind of people will see that, and I think every time we do 100%, and you're going to get something electric every time, if it's 100%.
You've incorporated the Rage Against the Machine song, Killing in the Name, into the live set. It's been kind of a tradition. Why? Why that song?
Well, we're from LA, and we're a huge fan of Rage Against the Machine, and I don't know why we decided to do it one time. We just kind of was like, that would be awesome, and I think the crowd would just go crazy because we love to see that.
Just like fun.
Yeah.
Just have fun.
And I think every Rage Against the Machine fan wishes they were still around. So, if you can get away with playing it, why not? They're going to like it.
I love the transition when you guys do Sorry for It All into Test on My Patience. That transition is just always, I don't know, there's something really cool about the way that goes. What's the most fun song for you to play on stage?
Recently it's been Mr. Mister.
Yeah, me too.
So fun.
Same with you?
Yeah.
I think all of us really love playing that song.
Tell me about the most recent album. My understanding is it was completed quite a while ago.
Yeah.
And it took quite a while to finally come out.
Yeah.
And then now it's come out, and so you've been touring sporadically, I would say. And that's one thing I get from Dead Sara fans. They want to see, we've been talking about the live performance, they want to see that more often, obviously.
Yeah.
But there hasn't been the usual tour that you guys would do. First album, you toured with everybody, everywhere, all the time, it felt like. So why was it less touring for this one?
Well, we were kind of in the middle of, the whole label fiasco, and that kind of put a damper on a lot of plans. We had a lot of plans to do a lot of stuff, but didn't quite work out that way.
We didn't have the freedom to go about and do what we wanted. We kind of had to play by the game and just basically play play it nice until we can just get out of there. Easy.
It seems like a nightmare, from what I've heard and from stories from multiple bands. Being involved in certain record deals can be a struggle, and it can squash your creativity and all that stuff. And one thing about Dead Sara, my impression is that you guys, you do your own thing. You're your own boss. It's your band, and you want to keep that creative control.
Sure, absolutely.
So with that in mind, what's the plan for album 3?
Do what we want.
So where are we at this point? Right? I mean, right now as we're filming this, you've got tonight and one more date on this tour.
Yeah.
Then what do you do next?
Back to writing.
Absolutely.
We've been writing the 3rd record.
And people will put a timetable on it. Fans are going to want to know. So what do you ballpark it? What do you think would be the timetable for a release of album 3?
Not this year.
Maybe 2016.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, we have to.
Yeah.
We can't wait as long as we have. I mean, if it's up to us, it's going to be early summer, late spring, But hey, we've got more people that we're working with this time that we're very excited about,
That's good.
with Elektra Records and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, again, we'll work very hard to get it out as soon as possible.
And one thing you guys have done on the 2 albums, in my opinion, is something what bands used to do all the time. You weren't kind of caged into one certain sound from song 1 through song 11 or whatever. You kind of wrote the songs you wanted to write, and you put them all together in a collection. Zeppelin used to do that. They'd have heavy songs and ballads. I mean, bands have done it for years.
Yeah.
More recently, bands have put out albums that are kind of true from first song to last song. Not that they're all the same, but they're all pretty close.
Yeah.
I like that you guys do that. Is that the plan to continue doing that, or whatever comes?
Absolutely.
Right?
It just kind of came naturally. So I think,
Yeah.
again, as we figure out more stylistically, individually, it's just going to give that much more diversity into the band, and I think that's great about being in a band and having been in a band for a long time. Like we were saying with the first question that you were saying, like how it just, how much we've learned, from being in a band together for 10 plus years now. So it's just kind of, it's always going to have that diversity no matter what. And I think it's just going to go even more into that direction.
All right, so 2016 is not too far away. We're hoping for a new Dead Sara album and tour and all that kind of stuff. I think you've been asked this before, but I'm always curious when bands give their opinions, because it always changes too, I think. Who would you want to be direct support to on a tour, and or who would you want supporting you on an upcoming tour? Dream gig, you could be direct support for what band? Not a dead band either, like one that's actually together. Like it's not like Led Zeppelin. That would be great, but
Yeah. I mean, Dead Weather would be awesome. Anything involving
them
Jack
opening
White.
up for us.
Yeah. Anything Jack White opening up for us would be awesome.
Yeah.
Same answer.
And I would love
Sure.
one day for the Bang Ups to open for us.
Yeah.
Do a tour with them.
I'd like to go on tour with the Rolling Stones.
How
That'd be
great would
cool.
that be?
That'd be fucking sick.
All right, then where would you want to play with the Stones? So you got one night with the Stones. What venue is it? What city is it in?
I think it'd be somewhere in Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe even in Mexico. I hear that they're psychotic. In a good way, of course.
Well, I've heard they are too.
And I just love that. I just want that energy. I want to experience that energy.
Well, it's what you guys feed off of, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we will see that tonight and every Dead Sara show. Thank you for spending some time with us.
Always.
Of course. Thank you.
Emily and Susie of Dead Sara on iRockRadio.